Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Erin. I go by Erin, the Urban Mermaid, and I am a mother, a writer, and a fifth dimensional soul guide. My mission here is to guide souls on their ascension, healing, and spiritual journeys, help them reconnect back to their light, reconnect back to their prana, using sacred esoterica, which is the modalities I am attuned to. I am a psychic medium. I am a Reiki master. I do read tarot. I read birth charts. I am a practicing astrologer. I am also an advanced theta healer practitioner, and I facilitate breath work. If you are new here, you can find me on my Instagram, which is at Erin the Urban Mermaid. My website is www.erintheurbanmermaid. Or I also have a podcast called the #Grounded and Glam Modern Mystics and Motherhood Podcast, which is on Apple iTunes and on Spotify. And I host my guests right here on my YouTube channel. Um, I am also currently knee deep in leading a movement called Empress Ascension, which is very appropriate for the Libra Sun Goddess reading that we have going on here today, which is why you are here. Empress Ascension is a group of souls I am facilitating to transcend consciousness and rise as self healers and modern mystics. If you want some more information on that, you can check out the Empress Ascension tab on my website that I mentioned before. So welcome back. This is the Grounded and Glam Sun Goddess in Libra reading. I apologize for being so late, but has been one busy ass Libra season. So many things. Let's talk about Libra first. I always say Libra is probably my favorite zodiac sign. They are the nicest, kindest, easiest to get along with, hands down. They are the seventh sign of the zodiac. They are ruled by Venus. They are Venusian influenced. And together, Venus and Libra rule the seventh house, which is the house of relationships. So most Libras that you know, they're usually great friends. They're super charming. They're like the hostesses and hosts with the most. They love beauty. Let me tell you one thing about Libra, it don't like ugly. And they're also, that shows up in symmetry as well. Libras are very symmetrical people. You'll see them always very well pulled together. Really good eye for just pulling stuff together aesthetically, making it aesthetically pleasing to the eye. They really have a talent for that. Libra, they cannot function in disharmony and disarray. They need inner peace, they need justice, they need fairness. And they're probably your great friend to go to for advice because they're really good at seeing all sides of the story on things. Even though they are the most likable sign of the zodiac, as I said, they too have their flaws. There's really only a few main ones that are the real Achilles heel here. One of them being is Libra is a people pleaser, and that stems from a root issue of needing to be liked. Libra always needs to be liked, often at their own inconvenience. Libra is also known to be codependent. They do rule the house of relationships, so they do struggle with their own independence and being, I guess you could say, alone. Yeah, and then what is another shadow of Libra? How do I feel about? Yeah, people pleasing, not being able to be alone, always needing to be liked. That's the real. Oh, and indecision. They also can be very indecisive. Other than that, love a Libra. So Libra was actually gifted to me recently. As I mentioned before, I am spearheading a movement called Empress Ascension. I pulled back all my single services. I totally recalibrated myself, my energy, my business. No longer doing, readings, birth chart readings, anything like that. My Saturday story readings, everything got pulled to focus all of my energy on this movement, which Libra was gifted to me. Libra is my 10th house, which means Libra is actually my gift to the world. If you're familiar with astrology, I'm a Sagittarius sun. I'm actually a Sagittarius stellium. I have multiple other planets there, but that means I see myself as Sagittarius. What I didn't know, or what was gifted to me, was the merging of Libra and Sagittarius to create what I call 3D to 5D ontology, which is my methodology, and the basis of the healing and the transcendence in Empress Ascension that is rooted in sacred esoterica. So all those cool things I listed before, I work with them, and much more meditation. It's really a beautiful space, a community, and Libra integrated the divine feminine for me. So that's another thing about Libra. Libra is one of the divine feminines of the zodiac. If I were to modernize it a bit, I mean, I would consider her the maiden, but to modernize it, I would consider her like the chic fashionista or the socialite. So with integrating Libra into my personal life, I was able to do it in my business as well. And so I birthed this beautiful signature system and sacred methodology. So you're not here for that. You're here for your Libra reading. So I would like to point out that as of today, this casual Sunday, as you can see, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury are now out of retrograde. This was a extremely karmic retrograde. And this was extremely karmic 6 months. So while this isn't a hard close and a hard stop to all the retrogrady type things, it's the ending of a cycle. But before you can begin a new one, you kind of go into this limbo phase that's very foggy and you're still trying to figure things out. It's really important to stay grounded and listen to yourself. And the way to do that is through silence, sacred silence, if you may. So here we are for our Libra reading. I just got the coolest new deck I want to share with you guys. So this is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. And basically, it's like my two favorite tarots. So, you know, Golden Universal is my Old Faithful. And then I often read with Ethereal Visions. It's like these two merge, and notice Empress, High Priestess had this one, and I just love it. It's awesome. It is the same company as the this Golden Universal Tarot, but just again, these beautiful gold images. Here's the Strength card. Here's Temperance. So pretty excited to read this. So why don't we get into the reading? So I am going to be using all three decks. I'm going to start out with the new one, the new Golden Art Nouveau. And I did meditate beforehand. And I just want to invite you all to take a deep breath, center yourself, call in your guides as I shuffle up again here. Just making sure these cards are nice and shuffled. I've been doing a lot of personal energy reading and a lot with my Empresses and my members, which my membership is still open. You could get more info on that also on my website. Oh, jumper. I want to jump like 80 of them. Info for my membership can also be found on my webpage under memberships. All right. So angels, guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides. What messages do we have for the Grounded and Glam Sun Goddess in Libra reading? And we got a jumper. All right. Alrighty, Four of Swords. Well, that is air sign energy. Swords is air sign energy. Four of Swords is sitting there. You know, there's three swords above. I'll show you the card. Three swords above the man who's laying down in like almost a sacred prayer position, with his one sword down there. And he's kind of like pausing. He's taking a much needed sacred pause. So let's see what the Four of Swords got for us for Libra season. So could we get some clarification on the Four of Swords? All right. Two of Coins. Knight of Swords. Ooh, an Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles. All right. So let's see where this is taking us. Two of Coins. Choices is coming in. Sometimes people look at this card and they think, where are we juggling so much? I'm getting choices for us. What choices have we faced or came up for us during this Libra season. So I'm gonna keep going with this deck for now. Four of Wands is the Moon. Five of Swords. Okay. So what I'm gathering here is during this Libra Mercury retrograde, this Libra period, basically we were presented with choices. And we had to really face our shadows in order to kind of come out victorious. I don't like so much winning, losing. That brings a lot of polarity to things, but success can come when you put the work in. And the moon really represents when we're in that metamorphosis, transformation, that phase right there. But we can't do that. We can't transform. We can't get our new beginning, and put a hard end to death. I mean, put a hard end to our, you know, closing a cycle without some deaths and some releasing. So we have to really go deep within ourselves and face those shadows that we don't always love. Five of Swords is coming up as, I'm going to say, it's one of the shadows we had to face. And I'm getting a lot of mistrust here. I'm getting a lot of people walking away from us. So, you know what? I'm going to grab Golden Tarot, and I want to kind of get some clarity on this Five of Swords. It's an interesting pop-up after the moon. So could we get some clarification on the Five of Swords? What does the Five of Swords want us to know? Oh, these wires. Okay. Ten of Wands, King of Wands, King of Cups. Okay. What I'm feeling is other people's energies, other people's opinions, other people's bullshits, we're causing a burden on us, and it's not our burden to carry. We need to release these, and this kind of comes up in the moon card too, these little yappy 3D in our ear, the illusions. The illusions that are presented to us in every day and other people's shit. What I'm getting is the shit that they want us to see. It's time for us to release that in order to truly have the clarity that we need. Two king cards is a sense of mastery, so we need to release the illusions and trust in ourselves. That's a message from the moon too. Everything is within us. Everything we need is within us. So it's time to start trusting ourselves, our discernment, our sovereignty, our body, our immune system, our judgment, and release the pressures and the illusions of the world around us so that we can master our emotions and master the fire within us. Okay. Wow. That was a lot to come out of that. So, okay. We have choices, we have shadow work, we have release everyone else's opinion, release the bullshit of the world so that we can come into some sort of true discernment and sovereignty within of ourselves. Okay, I like where this is going, Libra season. All right, so why don't we move on here to the Knight of Swords? So the Knight of Swords is very determined. I mean, he is a man with a mission, and he is on his way. He's going that way. I'm going to stick with the Golden Tarot for now, just because they were in my hands. And we got jumper. Oh, okay. We got jumpers. The Empress and Strength. Let's see what else we get there. Okay. Six of Cups. So the Empress herself represents a fertility of such. This is why I named my movement Empress Ascension. I'm not necessarily talking about people birthing a bunch of babies, but I am talking about getting back in touch with our inner creation and our inner creativity. And it's Venusian energy too, Venusian, just like Libra season. Tapping into that true divine feminine and trusting that we're strong enough to see something through. So if you want to look at this literally, I would tell you someone's about to have a baby. I'm kidding. No. When I teach tarot, I joke around about the cards because that's how I teach my students. But for me, Six of Cups is your children card. But what I'm getting here is for us to maybe slow down a little bit in the process, because that Knight of Swords can get reckless because he's so excited. There's a very fine line between excitement and anxiety. That's something that came to me recently that I thought that's what I'm kind of getting with this Knight of Swords card. So we need to call on our inner Empress, our inner divine feminine to allow, but we also need to have strength because we're birthing something new. I understand if that's not the traditional meaning, what people would say of Six of Cups, but every reader has their own interpretation, and I'm just going with what my guides are giving me right now. So I kind of want to get more on this. What are we bringing to fruition? How I keep dropping like the whole deck. It's not like one thing if you drop one or two, but I think it's because I use this deck a lot. Okay. Four of Coins, the Hanged Man, 10 of Coins. Whatever we're birthing, we really had to pull back first in order for it to even happen. So for a long time, we probably felt like we were holding ourselves back, maybe not giving the world all of us. And the Hanged Man is kind of choosing to stay in this position. I mean, it's a very sacred card. It's a very spiritual card. I'm getting that before we can get into this, I'm getting 10 of Coins as some success for us. Before we can get into the success that we needed, we had to pull back and I almost want to say get to know ourselves better. And then we choose to sit with that. And then the Hangman to me also, there's a relation with the divine. I think part of this is trusting the universe's plans for us to unfold and not being as reckless as the Knight of Swords and push, 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 and be a little bit more of that divine feminine Empress and just allow for things to happen and know that you have the inner strength no matter what. So whatever we were doing before, I want to keep going with this. Actually, I find this message to be very telling. And I'm pulling up so many coins and wands, right? Yeah, swords too, I guess. But okay. I kind of want to keep going with all of this. Like, what is this 10? What is this success that's coming to us, really? I'm going back to the Art Nouveau, Golden Art Nouveau deck. I really love this deck. And by the way, it shuffles like a dream. If you're a reader, you know what I mean about that. Okay. 10 of Cups. So 2 10s. Something huge is coming to fruition. Something that is going to be material beneficial for all of us, as well as emotionally gratifying. If anyone has a family, Maybe it's something regarding your family, something about the material aspect will affect the family, but in a really positive way. King of Swords, Page of Coins, and Two of Cups. Again, the king is coming up in a sense of mastery, but I feel here the king is the clarity after this fog that we've kind of been in, where I was saying earlier that one cycle is ending and we're beginning a new one, but it doesn't just start. We have to be in this limbo phase, and this is what I feel that our hangman is representing, of us in this limbo phase, but there is clarity ahead. There is clarity ahead, and I feel that the Page of Coins is bringing us some good news. I really do. I feel like this guy is like, I got something for ya. And then Two of Cups is about some sort of a union. So I again am getting more of family vibes, but I'm also getting a little bit of, if you run a business, that something that you've wanted for a long time is about to really come to fruition. I'm also getting, if anyone's like closing on a house, wanting to start a new family, it's time. It's time. You've waited long enough. All of this new stuff, all the stuff you've wanted is coming to fruition. So you have to trust the universe for your success. Okay, let me shuffle up. So now we got the Ace of Coins. So new opportunities, new opportunities. Tell us about these new opportunities. Okay. Tell us about these new opportunities. Ace of Cups. The Emperor. Two of Swords. So two aces at once is a lot of newness. This must signify that our new beginning is going to be both tangible and something that's inspirational as well. And this inspiration, I feel, is going to spark like a whole new timeline for all of us, where that's really going to be what closes out the last one. This Ace of Cups is the new timeline. This Ace of Pentacles is the new timeline. So we will know after this success that we feel we've come into, that our next timeline will begin. And then now the Emperor is showing up to let us know that we are strong. We need to stay disciplined. We need to be focused. We need to almost want to say like stick to our guns about things. He's that, like, I know he's I know the Emperor is Aries energy, but he gives me a little bit of Saturn vibes sometimes too, because he's like daddy. I mean, is the Empress and the Emperor not the parents of the zodiac at the end of the day? But he's that father that rules. He might rule with an iron fist, but he does it compassionately. And now we have Two of Swords, which is choices, which we started this journey off with us in like a meditation, that limbo. Choices was the first thing I pulled over in the recent past. We had the transformation, we had the shadows, releasing the world's expectation of us, releasing the chitter chatter of the 3D world and the 3D people around us, and then something coming to fruition that we've worked so hard for, that we've longed for so badly. We're going to see some success with it, but instead of going at it like a reckless, and even if your heart was in the right place, we're bringing in the divine feminine to bring in some divine flow and trust our own inner strength. And even if we're in this period of limbo right now, success is coming to us. It's coming to us. And then that is when the cycle closes out and we have this new financial beginning. We have this beautiful new just chance and opportunity. And I'm getting like there's a new love, there's a love involved with it too. I'm not going to say it's relationship love. Ace of Cups is like unconditional love for me. But I want to see what this Two of Swords is. What choices are going to come at us again? The Devil and the Ten of Swords and King of Cups again. All right. So pretty much I feel like I say this a lot. I feel our choice is going to be evolve or repeat, evolve or repeat. The 10 of Swords is like when you're at your dark night of the soul, rock bottom, and you need to really refine, sorry, I made that word up, your inner strength to like pick up and go at it again. But it is the ending of something too. When I'm getting these tens, I'm getting endings. And with the Devil, which is Saturn energy too, again, Saturn's karma. This is evolve or repeat. If you stay in the same patterns and you didn't learn what you were meant to learn the last 6 months, you are not going to hop into this new timeline. So you have a choice to make. And King of Cups and Nine of Coins. You will be emotionally and materially taken care of should you choose your higher self. Should you choose to learn the karmic lessons. Wow. Wild. What a Libra season for such a cool, calm, collected sign. This is like, you know what this season is? The Sun Goddess reading. This is like the low key stuff. This is like low key happening around us, and we're all just going through the motions of it all. So, I want to pull one more tarot card to close it out. Oh, I didn't even use my normal Art Nouveau deck, my Ethereal Visions, but that's okay. I want to pull one tarot card. It's my girl, the High Priestess. Trust your intuition during this time. I think that's really the best advice I could give. But she's confirming it. Trust your intuition. It doesn't lie. All right. Now I do want to pull an oracle card. So I got this fabulous deck that I love so much by Alana Fairchild, Sacred Rebels. I mean, Sacred Rebels, Self-Healers, Modern Mystics are all synonymous. This deck really spoke to me. It's funny. The messages are wonderful and the art is really cool too. It reminds me of like tattoos, but like not tattooy. What? It reminds me a lot of my partner Ryan. But a lot of times, some of Alana Fairchild's older decks, the artwork is a little strange. Like if you have her Lightworkers deck, which I love the messages, these are like really fucking cool. So I'm gonna shuffle this up and I'm gonna pull a card for my Self-Healers, my Modern Mystics, and my Sacred Rebels to close out this Libra season. They're big cards, so they're a little hard to shuffle up. Alrighty, so let me just cut the deck one more time. Shock of the New. So here's the art on this deck. So on one side she has like sunflowers, on the other side she has like, so you know what's inside of a speaker, like a subwoofer. She has piano, there's music notes, there's water to one side of her, there's earth to the other. She's beautiful lotus here, sacred geometry. I mean, this is a divine feminine card. This is Empress integration, which is what my movement is all about. that this world has been living in the shadows of the masculine for so fucking long. Look what we've done to our fucking selves. And now the leaders of the new earth are here to rise by integrating the Empress energy and bringing in the divine feminine. I am still going to read the card to you. This is a long description. I'm just warning you. She writes, she channels. So actually, this one doesn't seem too bad. Okay. What wild, unconventional voice is calling to you? Throat chakra vibes, big time. Can you hear it? Is it so different and unusual it might be hard to decipher, like hearing an unfamiliar language for the first time? It might be hard to discern with great clarity now, but there is an infinity between you and this strangely beautiful newness seeking to manifest. This oracle says there is a stirring at the deepest level within you. Something new will break through in the process of this birth that may shock you. The shock will transform into great joy and a sense of tremendous liberation, but you must bear the strangeness first. The strangeness might be something that rattles your beliefs about yourself and your world, daring you to become more yourself, more open to where life is leading you, and more willing to be the unique sacred art being crafted by the hand of the universal creator. Well, I feel like that was the first two legs of what I was reading, but she just says it much more eloquently than I ever could. Nature never shies away from strange beauty. She allows for endless diversity, and her sacred works are often peculiar and stunning. You live within her fields of creative grace as a specially created work that also creates. You're being asked to surrender any fear you might have of being seen as exotic, unusual, eccentric, or bizarre. You are being asked to make peace with strange beauty and to let it happen through you in creative flow. Perhaps you need to allow your conventional ideas of beauty to become even more inspired and open. Perhaps you can allow your need for the world to behave according to your fixed ideas to fall away. You will receive so much more in its place. This oracle comes with a special message for you. There are rumblings and stirrings of creative life force happening now, deep in the undercurrents of your being. You are very attuned or sensitive. You may have consciously felt this already, with excitement, discomfort, or both. If you have not yet sensed the inner stirrings, they are happening all the same. So be on the lookout for the big shift of new birth, the shock of the new, the unconventional, the strangely beautiful, and the disturbing liberation of that which is foreign stepping into your life. This is the great life creating the stage upon which you will experience greater fulfillment. Don't be nervous if the rumblings of change turns into a mighty roar that rocks the boats, bursts forth as novel ideas and changes things in a way that is out of your control. This is life happening. Free fall into it. The oracle of shock of the new comes to you saying, the old way is out. The old way is on its way out. The old way is on its way out. Come on, read. You are being invited, dragged, nurtured, and coerced into the new. You can handle it. This oracle brings you guidance. You're about to encounter something new and different into your life. Hello, third leg, new beginning. This is helpful. Don't reject it. No matter how small or insignificant or how powerful and life-changing it may seem, you're being asked to dispense with your reliance on the past and what have been your tools to navigate life. You have outgrown your old methods. You will have to fly by the seat of your pants, so to speak, as you experiment with new ways to be. Life will show you the way. Here's the card again. Beautiful. Wow, what a reading for Libra season. Thank you all for tuning in to this Grounded and Glam Sun Goddess reading. Thanks for waiting for me. Like I said, very busy Libra season. I'm wishing you all the best always. Take what you need from this and leave the rest. Take care, everyone.